The world's most desirable women, the 9s and 10s, they don't want to date guys their own age. Studies across millions of users have shown that women swipe right most on men aged 35 and up. In fact, many of my private clients in their 40s and 50s are regularly matching with women in their 20s, all thanks to these 4 hidden advantages men get access to once they hit 30. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to exploit these advantages regardless of your age and activate these key psychological triggers in a woman's brain to get her obsessed with you. Starting with the first advantage that's rooted deep in a woman's biology, the caveman code. Back in the caveman days, a woman's survival literally depended on one thing: choosing the right man. Life was brutal. No hospitals, no police, no Uber Eats. If she got pregnant by the wrong guy, she might starve to death or get killed. So who did she choose? Not the young, unproven guy full of dreams. She chose the man who had survived, the one who had already faced danger, killed for food, protected the tribe. She chose the man with a track record. That ancient wiring is still inside her today. While a woman in her early 20s is entering her biological prime, she's looking for a man who's already in his. She doesn't want to gamble on some dude who hasn't faced real life yet. So how can you exploit this? It's a trick known as sexual arbitrage, and it's the difference between having no dates versus dating literal models. Sexual arbitrage is the value gap between what she's used to and what you can offer. If a woman in her early 20s dates guys her age, they're typically broke, insecure, living with their parents, and barely figuring out who they are. So when you walk in at 27, 28, 30, and older, you've got your own place, you've got your own money, you've got direction, purpose, presence. You're not just a better option, you're in a completely different league. It's not about being the best looking guy, it's not even about being older, it's about being further ahead. While guys her age can barely split the dinner bill, you're inviting her into a lifestyle, a vibe, a future. You're proof that life can feel stable, masculine, and sexy at the same time. You don't just offer attention, you offer an upgrade. That's why every year that you level up as a man compounds your attractiveness, typically peaking in your mid-30s. So if you're in your 30s or older and are struggling to get dates, something is drastically wrong with your approach. You should be dating more quality women now than ever. So if you're an older guy who's dialed in financially yet still struggling with women, this is your wake-up call. The clock on your dating prime is ticking. It's not an effort problem, it's a system problem. The system my private clients use to source, filter, and convert high-quality women into dates is called the 3-part pipeline, and it gets my clients an average of 1 to 3+ dates per week almost on autopilot. Like my client Todd, a 54-year-old investor who went from getting no matches and no dates to regularly having younger women chase him. And you don't need to take my word for it, just listen to what he had to say after implementing the pipeline. I had an Insta date last night with a 27-year-old model I cold approached at the bar. She told me how much she loves my youthful energy and vibe. He went on to say that before he worked with me, he was coming across as an old, lame, and boring person. It's like you gave me the right script to read so I know what women want from me. Now, if you want access to the same exact system Todd and hundreds of other clients have used to date model quality women, click below to watch my free course that shows you exactly how it's done. Now, once you've taken advantage of this sexual arbitrage, let's talk about what happens when you combine that with what I call the scarcity halo, which is the magnetic aura that gets women obsessed with you. By 35, most men are either out of shape, broke, stagnant, emotionally damaged from a divorce or rejection, or just completely invisible to women. But when a woman meets a man who's in his 30s, who's fit, financially stable, well put together, socially sharp, you don't just stand out, you become a category of one because you're a statistical anomaly. She doesn't just see a guy she's attracted to, she sees a unicorn. And once a woman finds a unicorn, she doesn't hesitate, she locks in, because that rarity creates a scarcity halo that enhances perceived value before you even open your mouth. And once you realize you're that rare, you naturally stop chasing and you adopt the take it or leave it mentality. The most attractive man isn't the one chasing her. It's the man whose life is so full, he has zero urgency to pull her in. Men in their 20s seek women to complete them. They're needy and outcome dependent because deep down, they feel incomplete without female validation. But by your 30s, if you built a life you love, you don't even need to chase. You invite a woman into it. And that detachment equals power. Because when you don't need her, she wants you more. And ironically, that's when women start fighting for your attention. This is especially true for a man in his prime because his detachment isn't some gimmick or some gamey any trick. His detachment is just self-sufficiency, knowing his life is already great with or without her, and to a woman who's used to guys bending over backwards for her, that self-sufficiency feels like dominance. It creates a take it or leave it mentality that radiates an energy that says, I don't need you. And that position of power makes her want to follow your lead. Now, if you're an older guy who's struggling to take advantage of your sexual prime, then you need to act fast before your time runs out. So watch this video here that shows you my exact 3-step formula for getting a 10 out of 10 girlfriend in record time. And if you want to get access to the same formula my clients use to get 1 to 3+ dates with literal models, then click the link in the description and check out my 100% free course that walks you through the entire blueprint for free.